Let's go, Ricky! Alright.
Woo! Okay.
Welcome to the Tuesday show. My name is Ultra David.
And I am James Chen. How's everybody going?
So Steven and Steve are both in Japan. Steve had planned to go to Japan, and so he did. And Steven, one night, Jam, just decided to go.
This is literally
the night before.
Yeah, Sunday night, he called me at like 10 p.m. and was like, hey, can you do ESL on Tuesday? Because he was going to buy himself a ticket to Japan at 10 the next morning, like 12 hours later.
12 hours later. So, shout outs to him for being able to just up and go to Japan. That must be nice.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's working, but alright. In any case, have fun out there. In the meantime, it's just James and me, and we're going to talk about the Capcom Cup 2016. We're going to talk about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. We'll talk about Street Fighter V Season 2 and Akuma.
Yeah, and then just a few small other things. I have like games, events, and community, but literally there's like nothing to talk about. Because obviously the big stories right now are Capcom Cup and such. So
our HTML is leaking. That's hilarious.
Our HTML is leaking?
Yeah, look at your Twitter.
Oh, nice. Okay.
That's actually really funny. What happened wrong here? Let me see.
Oops, wrong thing. What am I doing? Oh, that's what I did. Okay, there we go.
Yeah? Hey! Fantastic. Anyway, so the Capcom Cup 2016 was this past weekend. 32 of the best players in the world were there, and they had qualified from all over the world, from dozens of countries. And
it's not like we did the World Warriors of Capcom Cup where we had to have that intro spiel.
We didn't have a spiel
like 7,000 gazillion times.
Yeah, that I feel like I still remember, but...
yeah, I know, right?
No, it was quite an event. So, before we go through the results and everything, what are your thoughts? How did it go?
I mean... I was worried at first that having it take place at the esports arena wouldn't have felt quite the prestige of the previous events. Like it was at Warfield and then it was all at the PlayStation Experience venue the previous year. And I was afraid that the esports arena venue would feel like Friday Night Fights, right?
Just like a local, no big deal.
Yeah, And I mean, in a few ways it kind of did, but at the same time, it was probably a good thing they split it into 2 days and stuff like that, because we were literally there at like 8:30 in the morning to start streaming at 9 a.m. Until 11 p.m. So it was literally...
It was midnight. That was when it ended.
It was midnight, yeah. So it was 15 hours of streaming for us. I mean, obviously we took breaks and everything, but we had to be at the venue and
paying attention. So we could talk about what happened in the matches when we finally got on commentary.
Exactly.
So yeah, it was a good... 15 hours of being, like, there and, like, awake and, like, active,
Yeah.
Which definitely was draining, for sure.
And not even just for us, but for the players too. Like, Knuckledew said he played his first match at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. and then played his second match at 4 p.m. So he had a 5-hour break between his matches. And that's not really for any reasons outside of the fact that they streamed them all and everything was 3 out of 5. So
right. Yeah, look, I mean...
3 out of 5 kind of backfired on the players.
So there are two things, right? There's two alternatives and you have to pick one. Do you want 2 out of 3 for shorter tournaments? Or do you want 3 out of 5 and you're going to be there forever?
Right.
Like, if you want 3 out of 5, that's how it has to be. It's going to be long.
The thing about it is, those 3 out of 5... affected so much.
I'm really glad, as exhausting as it was for us and for the players, and I'm sure even for people. Look, the audience, by the time that place closed, audience was mostly gone.
Yeah,
to be frank. And I get it. Like, I can't blame them. I mean, it was a lot of awesome action, but like, it's a long time. So I get it, and it was exhausting, but still, 3 out of 5 produced enough fantastic play, like enough really compelling sets that I can't complain about.
Well, here's the question.
I'm happy about how it went.
So some people are saying in the streams that like they would be fine if there were multiple streams. Are people okay with multiple streams for something like this? So that was what Capcom Cup did the previous year. There was multiple streams. And then this year they chose to put it on one stream. So are you okay with winners matches happening on one, losers matching on the other, and then you having to pick which one you want to see, right? So you're not.
I am against it, both as a viewer, because I don't want to have to make that choice, and also, and you never know like when something cool's gonna happen. Losers or winners, you have no idea. Could be
right.
But also from our side of view, I know last year when we were commentating whatever, and some other people were commentating loser side stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And then we were supposed to get on commentary later on and discuss like what had happened. I don't know what happened.
Right.
I wasn't watching. I have no idea. I heard the results, but I don't know.
And then sometimes we're commentating the winners matches. We're like, blah, 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 blah. And then everyone just goes nuts on the side, and we're like, what's going on?
Yeah, I have no idea what happened.
Yeah.
So I don't like it from either side, to be frank.
Yeah. 3-day event. No, I was
You know, they could have run it down to the top 16 and then started the top 16 earlier on Saturday. I don't know that was probably, I guess, was not feasible considering PSX. But I'm just saying, like, the 3 out of 5 is not the problem, and it can be run reasonably in 2 days.
Right.
It just has to be, the right.
Yeah,
scheduling.
I mean, some people are saying they enjoyed this year more than last year because they got to see every match. You know, but. Yeah, it's kind of a grind. It was a long sequence, but But I mean, look, the day one matches were super cool, and then by the time we got to top 8, I really did like the place. That venue was sick. Like the fact that the front seats were like bean bags or something like that.
So cool.
Like it just looked neat.
You know, those people got there 2-3 hours in advance.
Yeah.
They were there way in advance, just like hanging out. I hung out with some of them briefly. Right. They were there just chilling, waiting for the thing to start. They wanted to make sure that they got these good seats.
And they did.
They did.
These awesome seats, and then there was stands all on the sides and everything. The photos, I mean, really made it look compelling. So, I mean, it was really, really nice.
It looks great. Look, I'll agree with you that I thought that the esports arena was not the most compelling of locations. Nothing against them in particular. I think that they have a great thing going for some kinds of events.
Yeah.
But, having been at... It's like, I feel like I'm like spoiled. Like we were at the Warfield, right? The super sick theater that was so pretty, beautiful, arranged well. And it's hard to go down after that, man. But whatever, it's not that big of a deal. Everything went well. I think the bigger issue is just that I thought it was unfortunate that it went so long that people left. But like I said, I mean, I get it.
Right.
I get why you would.
Yeah, I mean, look, everybody who came for Capcom Cup, who got to go to Wednesday night fights that week before, they were just like, I remember talking to Problem X, he was like, oh my god, Wednesday night fights is so cool, this venue is the best ever, like
it is really nice.
Yeah, it's like you can get practice at high levels and low levels, like the machines go there's nothing wrong with the venue, it just didn't feel like a Capcom Cup venue.
Yeah, I think that's true. Somebody said, who's this? It's Dismay says, I'm too Hollywood now. Well, literally, that's true.
Yes,
I'm literally Hollywood Ultra David now.
Because you moved into Hollywood.
I now live in Hollywood.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying that the audio was having problems. I know a lot of people said that. Yeah.
I mean, it was obvious. Like when they stalled for like 10 minutes at one point.
They were definitely they were definitely resetting audio or something.
I don't know what happened in particular, but like you could tell that there was something up. And they had hand mics rather than the things.
But people were even saying that the stream just sounded tinny and stuff like that. So I'm not sure.
Clearly not ideal, but the location was really cool.
Yeah.
I guess they mic'd up my part of the crowd.
No, because you were cheering really loud during some quiet parts where you were like, let's go, Ricky!
Look, it's fighting games, okay?
Yeah.
Don't kick me out like Riot did.
Yeah, no. I know, right?
I was kicked out of a League of Legends, like LCS Championship playoffs, whatever it was, game.
Yeah.
This is a few years ago already. Back when they were just in some little soundstage. It was much smaller back then. And I guess where we were seated, they had the mics there, and so as we were yelling, I was following League at the time, and I knew what was going on, so I was cheering. My friends and I were all cheering, and they didn't like that we were cheering as loud as we were, because we were being loud. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Like, of course we were, because it's a video game tournament.
One of them was ETR, right? One of them was
ETR,
Christian Kane.
Henry Choi Sauce was there,
and I remember
Sanchez was there.
Christian was telling the story that the guards like had to escort him out, like they kicked him out, And while they were escorting him out, people were all staring at him, right? And he
Also
literally
true.
looked at everybody and was like, I'm getting kicked out because I'm being too loud for video games. And like everyone like applauded. Like they were all like, you know, like this sucks that this is happening to you, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we're seated next to some people who thought it was cool that what we were doing, and they like got into it as well. But we found out later that the microphone was like hung very close to us, and that everybody could hear at home. Well, I'm sorry. Sometimes at sports events, guess what? And if you want us to be able to treat this like sports,
Dude, there was
like I can tell you this, I'm not gonna go to a Ducks game and be quiet. All right, I'm not gonna go to a Cal Bears game and not yell. Like, get out. Like, I'm just not going to do it.
So there was one Spurs game where there's, like, some lady that you could hear on TV the whole time going, woo! Yeah, go Spurs!
Good.
Yeah, exactly.
Good.
So.
That's how it is, man. And you know what? I feel like it's so absurd that anybody would get mad at anybody for cheering in fighting
being
games.
Too loud, yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm in Bizarro. It's, like, so weird to me. Anyway, but yeah, apparently I was cheering loudly for Ricky.
Yeah, but
Sure,
no,
I was.
I felt like overall the Capcom Cup was, you know, an awesome event. The results were super cool and very unexpected, and you know, it's so funny because every year, even when we were doing the brackets last week, we were like, none of our predictions are gonna be right. Never goes how you think it is, and boy, did that come true, right?
Oh, yeah?
So,
None of our predictions are right?
Look,
None of them,
just,
huh?
Look. You made such an easy, safe betting on Knuckle Dude.
Did I?
So,
did I really?
Yeah.
Did everybody do that?
Nobody else, including...
Did anybody else make that same call on this Ultra 10 show? Anybody do that? I don't think they did,
I just didn't want to be like Snake Eyes Part 2. That's all.
They did.
I just didn't want to do Snake Eyes Part 2.
I think I might have been the only one. In fact, I think somebody's choice might have gone 0-2.
Yeah, well, my second place was Knuckle Dude.
Oh, well, congratulations to you on your second place. Anyway, yeah, the results were pretty wild. It really, well, I guess we'll talk about the results and then maybe analyze it a little bit. Do you want to get into that?
Sure, yeah, let's just go over the results. Let's do this. So I'm just going to go from the bottom all the way to the top. If you see here, tied for 25th place, this is like, this list doesn't even make any sense. Razor Infiltration, Flipside Berlino, Denial Christitarian, Problem X Productions, Problem X, Tokido, Echo Fox Julio Fuentes, E.G. Justin Wong, and Ryan Hart.
Yep.
All these guys went 0-2.
Those are some of the greatest players of all time.
Yep. Going 1-2 were Mago, Horisako, Winter Fox Samurai. Do you know what GAM stands for? I forget. GAM DRA, EG Momochi, Zowie Gamerby, EG K-Brad, and Huamao TV Human Bomb. These guys went 1-2.
Dang, it's quite a list.
2-2 would be HyperX Daigo Umahara, MD Mr. Crimson, GameWits Eita, and Panda Global's F-Champ. And going 3-2 were Kwamba Doyu Xiaohai, Red Bull Luffy, 9th place was Razor Cien, as well as TP Link Phenom.
Mm-hmm.
So finally, here we are. This is top 8. This is what was played out on Saturday. 7th place went to Udil Yukadon and Cyclops Goichi. 5th place was Razor Fudo, as well as MOV. 4th place, Udil MJS Haitani. 3rd place, GGP Kazunoko. 2nd place, EG Ricky Ortiz. 1st place, from the United States, Liquid Knuckle Dew.
Oh, man.
Liquid Knuckle Dew.
Liquid Knuckle Dew. Yes. Gran Arena.
Oh, okay.
Membership? Yeah, Gran Arena membership.
Okay, cool.
DRA.
Nice. Okay. So Muddleway asks, how was the DLC distributed? As far as I can tell, they took all of that bonus and gave it to first place.
Yeah, that's how it seems.
Because Knuckle Dew's prize almost doubled.
Yeah, they said it was 230,000.
Yeah, which means 110 was added to that, and
right.
I don't think anybody else got anything extra. But don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure on that.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
But $230,000.
Yeah, so that's great.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. That's very, very cool. I do wish that had been distributed better.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you could have easily taken $30,000 from that and just called it a straight $200K, and then distributed that in some reasonable way to the other 31
I
people.
think that at least the bottom 16 should have all got like $1,000. Right?
I don't know
that's,
why they
that's
wouldn't.
16,000 right
Right.
there. You would have had another 14,000 left to distribute to some through 8 through actually all of it, right? Because did top 8 get paid or only top 3?
8 got paid. Yeah,
top
yeah,
8
yeah.
got paid. Yeah,
So 24 people didn't get paid.
Right. So you could have made sure everyone got paid just a little bit. I think that would have been.
I mean, not even just a little bit. Like you could have paid,
right.
1,000 plus to all those people.
Right.
Whatever. In any case, I think that's something that they should really look at in the future, because it's like, I feel bad, for example, for Cien, who got 9th at both Evo and this, and he didn't get in the actual prize money for either.
For both of them, dude.
Because those are quite accomplishments.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
that's really impressive. So anyway, I hope that's something that they look at going forward. But yeah, so NuckleDu is the best. He did this in dominant fashion. Nobody really challenged him. Some of the best players on Earth just got just blown up.
Dude.
Horribly.
The Shanghai match.
Amazing. Like unbelievable.
You go to YouTube, and also shout outs, by the way, to the people who put those matches up right away. I actually find out Coogie helps with that. He
for real?
does some of that stuff. Yeah, gets the matches up right away.
Good work.
When you put the matches on YouTube, you go to that NuckleDu Shanghai match, including the bits where we did commentary beforehand and afterwards. That video is like 6 minutes and 40 seconds long. That whole match with our commentary beforehand and afterwards was 6 minutes and like 48 seconds long.
We were talking with Du, and I thought this was very funny. He said that, so he also has a winning record against Infiltration as well as Shanghai. Why is that? Well, because they're two of his favorite players to watch. So he watches them play a lot, and then he just downloads them completely, apparently. Like, he was just like, yeah, I just know how he plays.
Yeah.
Like, that was his explanation of it.
Yeah,
I watch him a lot, I know how he plays.
Yeah.
Okay, man. That's all.
You go, NuckleDu.
I know, for real.
You do you, NuckleDu.
For real. Like, I feel like I have a good beat on his tendencies, too. Like, his strategy, but, like, I'm sure he would destroy me.
Yeah, I mean, to know what someone's going to do and then execute off of that is not easy.
So, two different things. Understanding the grand strategy and understanding the little individual decisions, right? Do you Dragon Punch here or next time? Like, I wouldn't get that right. I feel confident in saying. This guy gets it 100% right. Cool.
Dude, the fact that he even went for that cheeky little Mika reset where you fake the drop kick and you just do the drop kick reset and command grab them.
Yeah.
But he did that and then baited the uppercut out of Shanghai.
Because last time when they played,
in Canada,
he did it and it hit, and he got the command grab afterward, and now he was like, yeah, that thing that happened like last month, you're going to remember this, and I know that because I watch you play, and I know that you remember these things from last month. I mean, anyway, it's just, he's so strong. He's so good.
Yeah, NuckleDu.
And like I said, nobody challenged him. He dominated everybody.
It's so weird, though, to actually be able to say the best Street Fighter V player in the world is from the United States.
Yeah, we've never really been able to say that. Like, we've been able to make an argument. Maybe an American is among the top 5, whatever. To say, like, pretty authoritatively that he's the best on Earth, I don't think we've ever been able to say that in a Street Fighter game. So, and very few fighting games at all. So, yeah, good job.
I mean, it's weird because
a
lot of times when you make that argument that this person's the best player, there's kind of debate. I don't even know if there is a debate right now.
I mean, he's won the last big 3 things he's went to, including this one, and he blew people up. It wasn't
right.
He never like did 3-0, worse 3-1, 3-0, 3-1.
He never did worse than 3-1. He never did worse than 3-1, and that's ridiculous.
I mean, he's like, nobody I feel has a credible argument that he's not the best right now.
Yeah, what was it? I forgot who he was playing against. Oh, that's right. It was like MOV, I think. He was telling me that he actually, because one of the questions that I asked him on the ESPN thing was just like, what the strategy was. Why did he pick Mika versus Ricky and stuff like that, right? And he was just like, it depends on the matchup. So we went up against MOV. He was like, I know MOV studied my Kyle. Oh, no, he studied my Mika. He's like, I know MOV studied my Mika because as soon as I picked Guile, he said he looked over at MOV and MOV had this look on his face like, what? You know, like kind of like, and he was like, yeah, got him.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Yeah. Soulzan 2000 says, "Do is the best, not America." Maybe.
Well, I mean, I didn't even say America's not the best. I didn't even say America was the best. I was like, the best player is in America.
I know.
Yeah.
Just saying. Grand finals.
Oh, it's true.
Grand
we had
finals.
Ricky Ortiz, who was playing out of her mind, by
Played
the way.
very well.
You know, on 2 weeks of practice. God, you imagine how good she would be if she practiced like the entire time. Like seriously, it would be crazy.
Yeah, I hope that
crazy.
happens for sure. Yeah, she played great. I haven't seen her play this one in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Japan got the other 6 spots. Look, Japan is ridiculous. Okay,
come on,
like we're not.
yeah.
This is not even a debate.
Yeah,
at this point, you know.
So-
But let's gloat for now
Yeah,
while
come
we
on, give me
can.
this,
Come
alright.
on, man. So.
Kazunoko, we didn't talk enough about beforehand. That was our bad. It was everybody's bad.
Yeah.
I didn't see anybody who picked him to win.
Dude, oh, by the way, I just want to say that when we were doing the analyst desk, right? One, I was surprised at how many people cheered when I said, "How's everybody going?" to the crowd.
Yeah.
Like when
That
I
was
said,
cool.
I was like, "I'm James Chen. How's everybody going?" And I heard the audience cheer. I was
Yep.
like, "That is the sickest thing."
It's true.
And then I made the joke about Kazunoko beating up everybody, and I said they should rename it to Kaz Cup. And then I heard the groans from the whole audience, and that was fantastic.
Yeah.
That was so great. I got to hear the loud groans, dude. It was so awesome, dude. Oh, it was so good. Oh man.
Yeah, that was very funny. So nice work to him.
Yeah, Kazunoko.
Again, I feel like we just didn't think about it
It's
enough.
just he wasn't
you know?
doing as well. Like when you think Cammy, you think Xiaohai, you think K-Brad, you even thought Punko. Like Kazunoko was just having this kind of iffy results, and really, honestly, outside of a on-fire Ricky, who got a lot of practice against Cammy via K-Brad, and Knuckle Dew, who was playing out of his mind. I mean, Kazunoko, he was the highest placing Japanese player. So he's still ridiculous. He's still,
Yeah, he was the highest placing non-American.
Yeah! Okay.
Haitani, this is another instance of Haitani being super great, extremely consistent, and not winning. And at some point, that's got to get grinding for him, I'm sure. It's got to be upsetting.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, or maybe he's already there, I don't know. I feel like you can't be... I don't know, I guess I would understand if you're upset because you haven't won. At the same time, you do top 8 finishes consistently enough that, like, you're getting paid, everybody knows you're really good, yada yada. So I don't know. But it is too bad that he has never really taken that big major.
Yeah. Fudo, MOV, both ridiculous. Yukadon getting top 8 as one of the last second placers, by the way. So, and this is we'll probably get into this a little bit later, but this is kind of a flaw in the system. Yukadon shouldn't have even gotten in as a last chance qualifier. He got 3rd place at Evo. Like, he should have just had enough points to qualify.
Yeah, we should talk about this later.
Yeah, but we'll talk about that later. So.
And then Goichi was in there as well at 7th place. So this top 8 had, I think, 4 people who were in top 8 at Evo. That is Fudo, MOV, Yukadon, and Goichi. They all finished in the bottom half of that top 8. That's weird, but yeah, I mean, so that's consistency for you, right?
Yeah.
And the other people in there are Haitani, like I said, extremely consistent. Knuckle Dew, who seems like he's been the best in the world over the past couple months. And then Ricky Ortiz, who's been one of the greatest for a long time, and Kazunoko, who won Capcom Cup last year. So, I feel like this speaks to one complaint about the game, which is that some people say that it's random. Some people say that the results are
not consistent,
not inconsistent, right?
Right.
That it's you never know what's going to happen. I just feel like that is not true. I think instead what might be true is that the people we thought were good at the game might not necessarily be the people who are good at the game. I mean, everybody thought Dew and Luffy and the Fudo, whatever. These people are good, but everybody was trumping like infiltration and whatever else. And he was extremely good. He was the best at the start when the game came out, but it just doesn't seem like he's there anymore.
Yeah, I mean, Fudin Kazan says it exactly right. Random, yet 4 EVO finalists were in top 8.
Like, I'm just saying, I mean, 4
Right.
Evo finalists, plus the guy who's been consistent all year, Haitani, plus Knuckle Dew, who's been the best probably in the world over the last couple months, plus 2 of the all-time greatest fighting game players in general, Ricky Ortiz and Kazunoko.
Yeah, and then
You know, I mean,
like, let's talk about Capcom Cup last year. Bonchan went 0-2.
Yeah.
Like, how can
Nemo went 0-2.
Yeah, how can you talk about that game being more consistent?
Everybody had those two players in their top 5 at the time.
Yeah,
In Japan.
They were ridiculous at that time, especially Bonchan, who had just been blowing everything up all year long.
Right.
Went 0-2, right? I mean, look, the thing about it is fighting games have the biggest, because fighting games is so much detailed of like a one-on-one. Like, you could just wake up on the wrong side of the bed and just have a bad...
Yeah, games are always, like, every game has the fact of some people don't perform as well as you would expect consistently, but some other people do. Mm-hmm. And you just have to kind of tailor your understandings of who's the best to that, to the reality, to the actual results.
Honestly, I would say Tokido was probably the biggest upset. Right?
Entirely, for sure.
Yeah, but he lost to DRA, who has great practice against Kaba's
right.
Ryu, right? Another great... Dominican Republic Ryu player, and then he lost to Eita, right? Wasn't it? It was Eita, right? So I mean, like, how can you really fault him for that?
Top 8 at Evo.
Yeah, Eita's amazing.
And it's same way with Infiltration, who lost to Human Bomb. I thought that was a tough matchup for him at the start, both character-wise and opponent human-wise. And Infiltration then lost to Mago, who is the fantastic player, one of the best in the world. Mm-hmm. So it's not that I feel like either of those is a really an upset. Mm-hmm. Just, you know, he happened to get matched up against these two fantastic players, and he himself hasn't really been up to the level of himself earlier in the year. So,
right.
You know, I think those are better explanations than saying that the game is random.
Yeah, and plus the game is new. We were playing the game wrong at first, and we're figuring it out.
That's how it always is, right?
Yeah.
You go back and look at Street Fighter 4, Third Strike, literally whatever the game is.
Right.
Every single competitive game, not even just fighting games, every competitive game starts out one way and people figure out things, oh, actually this is not as good. Here's a way to solve this. Here's a new way to solve that, etc., and iterates on itself. Like, that's how it always is.
I was even having a conversation with Logan on Twitter.
Yeah.
He was talking about how Guile was super good in Super Street Fighter 4. And I was like, that wasn't real. I was like, basically, by the time, if we had kept playing that game, Guile would have probably dropped to mid-tier, because we would have figured out vortexes and safe jumps, and Guile was weak to that.
Right.
You know, and that's kind of how I feel, right? We have a long way to go. He seemed strong at first.
Sure.
And towards the end, I don't think he was... Yeah, exactly. And then when the game first came out, Dawson was top tier.
Yeah, we were bad.
So...
We were bad, but, you know, we all get better, we all learn more. Mm-hmm. And that's where this game is. It's currently, or it has been at least, in a spot where it didn't seem like anybody had jumped above the pack, right? Infiltration jumped up ahead of everybody else caught up, and it seemed like we're all battling to see who's the best. We don't know yet. Right. Now it might be Dew. Maybe Dew has jumped into that clearly number one situation. So that's how every game goes.
And what do you feel? I mean, a lot of people are saying that a lot of it is Mika, and Mika's a dumb character, etc., etc.
There are 3 successful Mikas on Earth, okay? Maybe there's 4, all right? Whatever, whichever one you want to do. But those 3 or 4 are 2 or 3 Evo champions, okay? Fudo, Luffy, Marn, if you want to include him.
Right, an Evo top 8 finisher.
And Evo top 8 finisher, and now Capcom Cup winner, Knuckle Dew.
Right.
Okay, so that's it. There's like nobody else at it who's relevant.
Yeah, and the way that...
And so at the highest level of play, I think that Mika's top tier.
Yeah.
If you're not at the highest level of play, I think she's a good character.
Yeah.
But, I mean, she is not top tier.
And plus another thing, too, is, I mean, Knuckle Dew made it look easy, right? I mean, he straight bodied people. Fudo got 5th place with Armika, and his matches did not look easy at all.
No.
He wasn't just, like, blowing people up left and right.
Yeah. Luffy got 9th.
Yeah.
Again, these are Evo winning people. Luffy got, 3rd at Capcom Cup 2 years ago?
Yeah.
You know?
So, I mean, very honestly, Knuckle Dew might make Mika look ridiculous, but, I mean, try it. Go online. If you think it's, like, 50-50 land.
The thing is that everybody views it as being part of... Like, you, when you're watching her, you feel like you're fast-forwarding to when she's in, right? And when you see that she's in... You think, wow, this character is ridiculous. And she is super good when she's in. But you kind of like forget about what the process is of getting there. And not everybody, in fact, very few people can get in. consistently.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's about.
Yep.
Can you get in consistently? Because her neutral game is not easy. Most people can't do that. But clearly, at the highest level, Mika's very, very good.
Yeah, of course. And that's always going to be the situation. People are always, at the highest level, characters will always seem broken.
Like, I called Mika to win this tournament. Right, there was a poll. The only reason I did that was because there were 3 players who I thought were, like, 3 of the, like, top half dozen in the world who use her. And the other alternative was Chun-Li because there were, like, 6 people who used Chun-Li, right? Like, that's... It's just a numbers game.
I mean, so Z Chronic says, like, people are using the excuse that Mika was broken, so that's why she's getting nerfed, trying to completely disregard how good Do is making her look amazing. It's mostly Do that's making her look that good. You know, I don't think anybody else could use Mika and blow up Xiaohai like that.
Oh, that was Do 100%.
Yeah,
he could have been playing any character.
Right. Yeah. I don't know what's going on in that situation. I don't know what's going on in Xiaohai's head.
I don't know.
But when he sees Knuckle Do, it's just
he wasn't even moving. That's the thing that got me the most. He was not even moving. It's like he was just waiting for Knuckle Dude to come in and blow him up. It was so weird.
Oh, man. So Jellyby asked, why do we think Infiltration didn't use his other characters? He didn't get a chance to.
Right.
Nash was the best pick for him in both of those situations.
That's what I think too.
And then he just died. And then that was it. I'm sure if the tournament went longer and he went up against Momochi, we would have saw Balrog. You know, we would have saw Alex or Rashid or something like that.
Right.
But he just never had the chance.
Among his cast of characters, yeah, I think that Nash was probably the best. So.
Yeah.
You know, Xiaohai played well until he fought Du, and then he took a dump. Luffy did a lot of really good things. Xian, 9th place as Fang. I mean, come on.
Dude, that guy's ridiculous too, yeah. See, and in fact, NuckleDu said that his toughest matchup was against Xian. He said that even though it was 3-1, he said he had to work the hardest against him in a matchup that he feels like he wins. So he was just like, you're ridiculous, Xian, you know, the fact that, you know.
He is.
Yeah.
Nice by Phenom and Luffy, both Europeans just outside of top 8. Daigo did alright. I really enjoyed Crimson's Dalsum. That was a blast to see.
Yeah.
What do you think about Eita beating Momochi?
Surprised.
Yeah.
Because I know we had talked up so much about how Ken's strategy has changed from crazy Ken to, you know, measured Ken. And so Eita versus Momochi is like the epitome of that. And Eita came out victorious, so it's like, well.
You know, I spoke with Ryan Hart about this, Eita versus Momochi. And he was not surprised that Eita beat Momochi.
Okay.
And it's because he felt like Momochi, his style is very tough to do on a big stage and in a big moment. It's just like, it requires so much concentration. And he doesn't use such strong tools of Ken's that Eita does, that he like needs to be like completely focused, 100% in there. And if he's not by a little bit, then it's not going to work out. He thinks that Eita's style is a better style for a big tournament play. I thought that was an interesting point.
If someone asks, how was Daigo versus Sako? That was a super good match. And Sako lost it on an execution error. He did crouching medium kick into EX legs, and it came out as regular legs, and he got swept. And you saw the look on Daigo's face, like, what happened?
That was the case against, I believe, Haitani also for Sako. I think he lost both matches on execution errors. Very unusual for him.
Yeah, well.
So F-Champ did pretty well, but like ultimately he lost to 2 Nakalis. What are you gonna do? Don't put yourself in that situation.
Yeah,
don't put yourself in that character situation.
Dude, after he lost the first match though, and then he went down 0-2 to Justin, then he turned it on and he was ridiculous. He beat K-Brad 3-0.
That was really strong, and he was up 2-0 against Phenom and lost. But,
yeah, exactly. So
I enjoyed watching Mago versus Infil. That was cool. Yeah, Sako, the way he lost was just unfortunate. Very unlike him. XSK Samurai showed some good stuff. DRA beating Tokido was awesome. I loved his interview where he talked about what he would have done with the money had he won it, and he would have helped out esports and fighting games in the Dominican Republic.
Both him and Momochi got the biggest cheers.
I thought that was really, really cool.
Because Momochi said the same thing, is that he wants to build up. But the second part of his answer was the best. Yeah. I wouldn't want to do anything personal with the money. I wouldn't know what to do with it. Choco might have some ideas.
Yeah,
though.
that's a lot of fun. Yeah, anyway, he was 17th. Gamer B was right there.
Yeah.
I know you had him going deeper.
Mm-hmm.
K-Brad beat Daigo from
Yes.
0-2 down, and he came all the way back. That was cool. Human Bomb beating Infiltration. Like I said, I didn't think that was a big surprise, but nice work to him. Anyway, Infiltration 0-2, we mentioned that. Brolinho, kind of a tough draw on some things. Tatarian, I don't think he did how well he wanted. You know, part of that was he had heard that he had to play against Momochi. Mm-hmm. And then somebody else dropped out and the brackets changed.
Right.
So he was all ready to play against Momochi. Who knows if he would have won? Obviously, he would have, but that's what he was preparing for.
Right.
And then he had to prepare for Fang, Xian's Fang.
Right.
And who are you going to play in SoCal for that? Like,
who are you going to play anywhere, right?
Anywhere. Like
if you're Dominion is the closest thing, right?
Right.
You're going to get
But that's, 6 hours of plane flight away, and the internet and all that stuff, not that great. So he just didn't seem like he knew entirely what was going on. Problem X, I felt like that was a potential problem for Xiaohai, but Xiaohai took it. Tokido, surprise. But there you go. Not everybody can perform on the top of their game every day. Julio and the tendonitis. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
You could see him play. He missed a lot of things that he usually does.
Yeah, we didn't mention. I didn't know about this ahead of time.
Yeah.
So but yeah, I mean, I had heard stuff about it, but he's been having hand problems, so that definitely did affect him.
That really sucks. Justin Wong, unfortunately, 3rd year in a row going 0-2.
Yeah. I mean, he's just got to dedicate more effort into this. Like,
really
I know,
that's what it is.
At King of the Hill today, Nasser was saying that Justin was, playing a lot of Pokemon beforehand. I know at EVO, he was playing Pokemon Go with Marn at the hotel, so.
Yep. He, Nasser was saying that if Justin isn't streaming, then he's not playing.
Yeah.
And if Nasser doesn't go over to hang out with him, he's probably not streaming. So, I really feel like that's a big part of it. So, Reinhardt, you know what? A couple years ago at Capcom Cup, he did really well.
He injured his hand in his sleep a few days before Capcom Cup.
Oh, for real?
Oh, I don't know.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Reinhardt, he clearly can do. Oh, the thing with Reinhardt, he was in the Maldives.
On his honeymoon.
3 weeks. Yeah, for 3 weeks before Capcom Cup on his honeymoon. So
yeah, he didn't know he was gonna go. He got it at last second, right? Like what? He was just like, whatever. I got married. I'm gonna have fun with my new bride in the Maldives and relax. And then
wasn't even playing.
And then you're in Capcom Cup. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought that was unfortunate.
I mean, that's why last week I was like, I just don't expect him to do well because, dude, my brain would have been in honeymoon vacation, wedding mode too. So
yeah.
Oh man, but it was a great event. Lots of really, really awesome action, and I mean, I love the kind of cap. I love the story arcs of the year. I really do. I love that Haitani kind of went from best kind of down back to best. I love especially obviously the story that NuckleDu had with his personal issues this year, and literally a dog away from having a very, very different ending to this year for NuckleDu. Yeah. And Ricky Ortiz, who's unfortunately again second place, and she's gotten second place so many times at Evo. I think she might have the most second places without a win for Evo.
Did she win Marvel or she got second place?
No, she got second place in Marvel against Justin. She got second place in Street Fighter 4 to Daigo. She got second place in CVS 2 to Kindebu and Boss, I think it was, or it might have even been Kindebu twice. She has so many second places, and now she has a second place here at Capcom Cup. So even afterwards, I was trying to congratulate her and tell her how great of a job she did, but you can tell she was disappointed, because how many second places are you going to end up with? So. Yeah.
Maybe people don't know the Dew story. We covered it at the time.
Yeah. There was one, just to go into a little details about it.
Yeah.
There was one night where he literally had a tweet where it was said something like, "Goodbye, everybody."
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
And that was it. And everybody freaked out about it. And I remember the whole night everyone was trying to find him or get a hold of him. Finally, Team Liquid actually got a hold of him. They flew him out. They took care of him and everything like that. And NuckleDu had said that he had planned to take his own life and was literally sitting on the bed with a gun in his hand, and like his dog came up and started licking his hand and his face, and he was like, okay, because he was like, I want to take care of the dog. So and so that happened like earlier this year, and to have it go from that to where we are now is such a big thing. And it's actually honestly really sad. So I watched the ESPN broadcast, and without going into too much details, I actually said, in the interview afterwards, I was like, with the year that you've gone through and everything like that, how is this as a capper? And he talked about it, like going from thinking he can't accomplish anything to being able to do this. And they cut that question out. I'm so sad. I'm salty about that.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, that's a big part of who he is, and it's good. I mean, I have depression issues myself as well, and so it's
same
like,
here, same here.
Yeah, I know a lot of people do. So it's good to see somebody dealing with it well enough and overcoming it to some degree, battling it well, and that's an inspiration to me that he does that. I think that's really cool.
And I think that
I don't know. I mean, I don't know why. For me personally, I don't have a reason. It's not like I feel bad because something happened. It's just
that's never how it is. That's never how.
Some people have situational depression. But,
But
I don't know what the deal was for him, and I'm not going to speculate as to what it was either.
And to be fair, like I asked Du beforehand, before the interview started, before we even got into the room, I was like, "Can I ask you about your personal issues and stuff like that?" He was like, "Yeah, go ahead." And I just think that that's such a good, important story and a good story for people to hear. So I'm kind of sad that it didn't happen, but yeah.
All right. Well. Anything else to say on the tournament itself, on the how it went in general?
Actually, the only thing that I would like to know from the viewers who did get to see it and everything like that, how did they enjoy the pre-show on Friday?
That'd be nice.
How did they enjoy the analyst desk? You can tweet us at UltraChen. Let us know.
At UltraChen TV.
Yeah, UltraChen TV. Let us know what you thought of the pre-show. On Friday, the little bit pre-show on Saturday, and the analyst desk got the halftime spot. Let us know what you guys thought of that. I actually had a lot of fun doing that. I thought it was really cool.
Me too, for sure.
And definitely helped bring a lot of fun atmosphere to it. So I was excited.
It was fun for me.
So, yeah.
Especially the second one where I was hopped up on beer. I had been doing beer for a while.
Nice. Okay. All right.
So you want to take a break and then we'll talk about Akuma Season 2, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Yeah. Let's do it. All right. Be right back, guys.
We're going to do it.
You know what? Ryan Hart made that pun.
You know what? You know who makes that pun all the time is Knuckle Do. I talk with that guy online sometimes, and in emails and in Twitter DMs, he writes do a lot.
Yeah.
Instead of do, he writes du a lot. Like, it's to the point where it's like, come on, guy. How long have you been making this joke?
Let him embrace it.
But I'm saying, like, how long has he been making the joke? You know what I mean? Anyway, all right, we'll be back in a bit.
Okay.